Hey YouTube, what's up? It's Suit and Tie Guy. I wanted to make a little video here about how I've been using the circuit this week. I should be making videos about my own products, but apparently I'm doing free advertising for everybody else. Fortunately, they're all KnobCon sponsors, so I think I can justify this. So what I was looking for was I'm building a new rig that can kind of fit in my Suburban, and without having to pull a trailer. And one of the things that I wanted to be able to sequence the Yamaha Reface DX, because I have I've got an editor for it. I use a Novation launch control. I'll be making another video about that too. But anyway, I wanted a sequencer for the Reface, and I need a polyphonic sequencer. I don't know, whatever. I was pulling my hair out, and then I remembered that I had a circuit. And I didn't have to buy a circuit because I already had one. And that there'd been a bunch of system updates since I stopped using it a couple of years ago, because I just didn't like entering notes with the pads. Drums I'm fine with. I just don't like entering notes that way. I like playing, So they had two system updates that, fixed enough that I was like, hey, I think I can try to use this as a MIDI looper, actually. So I started out by just making a direct MIDI loop between the Reface and the circuit. So MIDI goes out of the circuit and into the Reface, but then it goes out of the Reface and into the circuit, right? The circuit does not have MIDI through, so you don't have to use local off on the Reface in this instance. So I already have a drum beat programmed. It's nothing special. But I'll show you how what I can do here. Now I have two patterns chained here. I have pattern A and pattern B chained, or 1, 2, however it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the circuit, and you can chain from 1 to 8 or any group in between. And so I've chained the one that's pulsing is the one that's current. Okay. So I'm gonna play something here, right? Oh, helps if you actually turn record on, right? Okay, that's pretty cool. I was like, whoa, that's neat. That'll work. And then I can. You can overdub. That. If I just want to listen to that bar over and over again, I can. Go in, maybe magic. Maybe change the length. Like that. And, we're going to delete that stuff right now. There, I just cleared it. All right, so we'll go back to the pattern view. Okay, we've got to clear that pattern out too. So I thought that was neat. Now, the next thing is, okay, so I want to run a bass line with it too, right? Right over here. This is the Novation bass station, which I've been using lately in my gigs. So now, the way I ought to be solving this problem is with a MIDI routing system of some kind, like a Mark the Unicorn MIDI timepiece, or one of the iConnectivity boxes, which I've got on order, but it isn't here yet. So I kind of built I built a MIDI organism out of an ad hoc MIDI routing system out of let's see. Kenton MIDI through, Kenton MIDI USB host. There's a key step over to the side that you can't see. The key step, I'm using it as a MIDI merge box by hooking it into the Kenton USB MIDI host that gives the key step 2 in MIDI input ports, the physical one and the USB one, and that merges into the USB output. So the MIDI from this and the MIDI from this is going out of these two keyboards into the two MIDI ports of the key step, getting merged in the key step and then sent into the circuit. The MIDI goes out of the circuit into the Kenton MIDI through, and then into the back end of the reface, the Novation, and also this it's my delay that I'm using. So so we can now do this. Let's see. And something that's kind of funny is it actually, believe it or not, it will record on both tracks simultaneously. So you can do some funny stuff like okay, so there we got the vamp from Mr. Magic, and I played both parts at once simultaneously into that. Now we're gonna let's go in and just do some weird shit here. Let's see, we're on that. Okay. Back. Now, here's another funny thing you can do. Put it in scale mode. Now, I use make sure you set the scale to chromatic, okay? Because if you don't, then it'll get like forced into the scale. So like there, okay, like, hey, let's listen to that in major. Okay, there, we're back in the original voicings that I played. Okay. And then you can do weird, here. Yeah, watch this. Okay, so anyway, that's my demo for right now. I mean, working with this way, you can do stuff like, you could make a whole, you could make a whole 8-bar here. We'll just make, we'll do it. We'll do it. Yeah, we'll do this. Okay. So then we get a 4-bar loop here, it's a 2-bar loop there. But say if I just wanted to listen. And then you're just hearing that stuff. So anyway, that's all I wanted to show you. And when I get this integrated into the larger setup, I'll make another video about that. Thanks.